Good evening, everybody. It's Yankee Wally here, managing a video before midnight, Thursday, the 25th of July. Now, do you remember when Meghan got interviewed by Tom Bradby in South Africa? And those people down there made us so welcome. I'm here as a woman of colour, as a wife and mother, and as your sister. And they cheered her, and the next thing you know, she's moaning to Tom Bradby of her life. Well, this lady here now with the long hair is called Megan Foster. I think it's with an R, Forster. She's so funny. She's on Twitter. She might be on Instagram as well. Have a listen to this. It's dead funny.
I don't know what the impact on your physical and mental health of all the pressure that you clearly feel under.
Thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay, but it's a very real thing to be going through behind the scenes. When I first met my now husband, my friends were really happy because I was so happy, but my British friends said to me, "I'm sure he's great, but you shouldn't do it because the British tabloids will destroy your life." And I very naively, I'm American, we don't have that there. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not in tabloids. I didn't get it. It's not enough to just survive something, right? Like, that's not the point of life. You've got to thrive. You've got to feel happy. And I think I really tried to adopt this British sensibility of a stiff upper lip. But I think that what that does internally is probably really damaging.
Oh, come on, you've got to find that funny. I wish I had the original video to show you. Hiya, I'm back. I was sorry I went offline for a couple of hours. Believe it or not, I'm back in touch with Samantha Markle now. Oh, I'm so grateful that she's, I'll say forgiven me. There was nothing to forgive. But it was back in 2022 when that terrible newspaper article came out about me via Ellie Hall, BuzzFeed. I think she's had the sack from there now, which is as it should be. And then Jack Royston had a dig at me. And then they went fishing for Samantha Markle and told her that I sent them. And it caused such a riot. So not only did I get my biggest YouTube channel taken down, but I also lost my friendship with Sam. And that was awful. So here we are, 2 years down the line now. And thanks to the Mad Duchess, who got in touch with her via Instagram, and Sam passed her number over to me. So I've been WhatsApping with her today, and she's got a bit of a chest infection. Her voice is going a bit, but she's on antibiotics. So it's good to be back in touch with her. She won't tell me any secrets. It's okay. I never knew any secrets, and I won't be able to ever tell anything other than I just like her. She's a nice girl. Anyway, look at this now. This has gone viral. No, this isn't political. This is actually a health and safety issue. Does COVID make you 6 inches taller? I never realised that Jill Biden's left leg trouser pant is shorter than her right. Oh dear, it's a little faux pas. Let's try that again and let's just see them together, and then I'm going to show you other photos of them side by side. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. 6 hellos. I don't think he says anything else after that. I can't, I mean, if it is, this is the trouble these days. We just don't know what's A1 and what's not. But let me just show you this. Here they are, side by side. There we are. He must be a good, well, put it this way, the crown of her head there is level with his eyes. Actually, she's a bit taller there. I suppose it depends what shoes she's got on. but she seems about maybe 6 to 9 inches shorter. Am I being fair there? I want to be fair. She's about 6 to 9 inches shorter. Let's go. Well, it's very clear to see in that little clip that she is wearing the highest shoes that are safe for mankind. She definitely is wearing extraordinarily high shoes. That gives her a bit more height. And maybe he's wearing the flattest shoes he can. I don't know. But I don't think it's him. I'm sorry. And this isn't a political rant about him. I'm not going to talk about that. I just think that that's not him. I just don't think it's him. I just don't. The differences in their height just doesn't have I talked about, where was I the last time? Oh, I did the Duke of Pembroke, didn't I? Here's one here. There's, I put my number accidentally up on screen. Well, so what? I can handle it. You know what? I'm not afraid of that anymore. I got bigger things on my mind than this. You haven't gone and shown your phone number, have you? I wonder. Anyway, the number's up there if you want to ring them and say, who the hell are you? I'm keen. I'm okay. But this one, the other one that I'm not going to show you, is he showed his face, and because he came through via WhatsApp, and he left a voicemail. So I think he's okay. Nothing wrong with him. He's a YouTuber. So, I don't know why I showed you that, but listen, there's a lot of things going on in America at the moment that make you wonder, does America belong to the Americans anymore? Burning of the American flag, which is a terrible, terrible thing to happen to anybody. It should not happen. And, hang on, let me get that. Let me just see. I just want you to know right there. Yeah. See if I can get that. No, can't be able to get it. But anyway, there's been a lot of things going on in America that seem to, very much remind me of what's going on currently in Britain. We've got a furor going on now because of a dispute at Manchester Airport where a police officer kicked this bloke he didn't actually use the upper side of his shoe, so it's not like the foot of it, the rubber part. He kind of, upped his foot in his face. But anyway, the Islams, or wherever they are, Muslims, have gone to Rochdale Police Station and they're throwing eggs at the door of the police station and doing ridiculous things like that. And all I can say is I'm hoping that the Prime Minister will get a grip, because they don't mention that we've suffered a long time and a lot with the grooming gangs. There's grooming gangs and they're always Muslims. And the mainstream media don't ever seem to be covering it. And there's a lot of victims, a lot of them. And yet they seem to be the forgotten people. And yet when it comes to somebody having a fracas with a police officer in an airport, which was a security risk, and I'm on the police's side, I always will be, the Muslims go and create merry hell throwing eggs at the police station. I wish they'd put as much effort into sorting out their own kids that are grooming 14, 15-year-old British girls who don't know any better, giving them drinking drugs. It's awful. It's awful. And somebody said tonight, I think it was on Dan Wootton Outspoken, is that British people, we're like a bit backward when it comes to shouting and standing up for our rights. We're not as outspoken as Americans. And Americans are not as outspoken as the Muslims, as the bad Muslims, the bad ones. There's good as well. And they are used to getting what they want by violence and threats and coercion and subterfuge, bad tactics. And if you put those sort of people, mix them in with the Brits, it's not going to be a nice, huge melting pot of happiness, because they'll have their rules and we'll have ours. And the sad thing is that gradually both Britain and America is getting flooded by these people that come in. I don't even know who they are or where they come from, but they all seem to be of the same ilk. They seem to be violent, threatening, pushy, bossy, disrespectful. And I know they use that word too much these days, don't diss me and all that, but the disrespect that they show for the police is something that I've never seen before in my life. No matter how bad you think the police are, you don't turn their car over. Oh, the days of the respect for the Bobby, the policeman, is gone. And we are suffering for it. And I'm very, at the moment, I'm very upset about that, to be honest. I don't recognise Britain anymore. Luckily, I'm in Wales. I'm not saying that because of... It's just we're a little bit behind Britain in many ways. I don't know why I said it like that, but it's like if people are going to come into the country illegally, they land on the south coast, on Dover. So they invariably make their way to London and then go on up to Birmingham and then go on up to Rochdale, up north, Manchester, where they've probably got family because they've gone before them. Very rarely do they head west. They don't go to Cornwall. They don't go to Wales. Although I must say they are going to Ireland now and going to Southern Ireland, getting their citizenship and passports there. And the open border takes them into Northern Ireland and then they come into England that way. Might be quicker, might be different, but I think the Irish are going to put the kibosh on that because I think they're going to stop it. The Irish and Germany, which is good news, Germany is actually shutting down, closing down, I don't know if they're dismantling them, the mosques. They're doing it. And Angela Merkel, she was one of the people that I had a row with my nephew over, remember? I said, they're going to be sorry. All refugees welcome. They were coming up in big, long, snaking lines of them, 4 deep and, going on forever. I think it was Hungary that put a border fence up. But, come to Germany, and then they were going on to Sweden, and look where that's got them. And at the time, I was saying they're going to regret that. My nephew, who was on Facebook at the time, anti-Sadie, why are you so... I don't know what I am. I'm anti-woke, Daniel, that's what I am. And here we are now, and I'd love to have his opinion. What do you think now, Dan? What do you think now that there's stabbings and shootings and all that going? Stabbings mostly, isn't it? I've had enough of it, to be honest. I've had enough of it. And I'm seriously considering my options. Will anyone accept me with a 3-legged cat? And pretty much no furniture, because if I leave this place, everything is going to have to go in the dump. Nothing will be worth salvaging, except for my little few treasures, Maybe I got a little Prada handbag and, a nice Mulberry purse. I got a few nice things, or my Mont Blanc pen, those sort of things, but I haven't got much else worth taking. But anyway, let's get back onto the gallery. Yeah, I'm getting sick of it all. There's 70,000 migrants to be handed asylum because they're changing it. It's not going to be illegal immigrants now. It's going to be irregular immigrants, which basically is defeating the whole object. Here we are. These were the web pages that Meghan Markle secured, and let me tell you when. Here we go. Prince Harry, on the 30th of October 2016... Prince Harry announced he was dating actress Meghan Markle. On the 8th of the 11th, which is 9 days later, princessmeghanmarkle.com is registered, and the duchessofsussex.com is registered on the 30th of the 11th. On the 25th of the 5th, 2017, DuchessMeghanMarkle.com. Here comes the engagement then on the 27th of November, and then in 2018 the wedding. So the wedding, and 4 days later, Meghan Markle buys Markle2020.com, Markle2024.com, 2028, 2032, 2036 and 2040. Also then SussexRoyal.com was also bought. On the 6th of the 5th, 2019, Archie was born. On the 8th of the 5th, 2 days later, Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor.com was bought. PrinceArchie.com was bought. DukeArchie was bought.com. PrinceArchieHarrison.com was bought. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle embargoed all information. In other words, they broke their friendship off with the press. Not that anyone cared, it didn't make a difference. Or they embargoed the information about the birth and name of their baby until the 6th of June 2021. Names purchased before the birth announcement was PrincessLily.com, Baroness of Kilkeel.com, Baron of Kilkeel.com, the Baron and Baroness of Kilkeel.com, DianaMary.com, Diana Mary Mountbatten Windsor.com. And that was done in 2021, Diana Mary Mountbatten Windsor. So, as you can see here, these are the ones that we've found. There's got to be more. Meghan Markle has been plotting and planning ever since she met Prince Harry, even before he got engaged. In fact, I'll go as far as to say it was a year before they got engaged, she bought PrincessMeghanMarkle.com. Now, I don't know if she's bothered to upkeep them. I dare say she hasn't bothered. Maybe they're still available on GoDaddy or whatever it is. I don't know. But I think she was anticipating that she was going to stay in the royal family for a wee bit longer, just to get her feet a little bit further under the table and maybe nick a few salt and peppers and cruet sets and knives and forks for her new home in America. She didn't get a chance, did she? And I realise now why they were saying that she was trying to get Princess Charlotte's DNA. It was to find William's DNA, which then would match with Harry's DNA, because they can separate the DNAs between mother and father, and then she would know whether or not Harry was really Charles's son or not. That's what it was all about. But whether I was watching the comments, and my God, I got to be honest, it was fun. I know it could be totally up the wrong. I could be barking totally up the wrong tree, but I don't know. I'm afraid that, like I've said to you many times, once you catch people lying, although I can't say I've caught the royal family lying, but they're not talking. Is that as bad, do you think? I think, to me it is, because I think that they know. But we don't, you see, I suppose that's playing a very crafty game as far as they are concerned, because they're neither confirming nor denying. They're just saying nothing, because it's better that way, I suppose. So, I don't, I forgot what I was saying that for, the DNA, I don't know. So that's the way it is, sorry, sometimes I just go completely, there she is, look, there she goes again. GoDaddy, MarkleForPresident.com is parked free. That means that somebody has got it. You can get it by clicking that, and I think they negotiate then with the person who's parked it. Now, what we got here? Yeah, here we go. This is an article, an archive from 2020 by Katie Nicholl, and it's from the Vanity Fair. And it says, I think she would seriously consider running for president. And then it's all about inside Meghan's political ambitions. And it's a long article, so I'm not going to even bother reading it. I did read it. I think that Meghan Markle has got more front than Brighton Pier. She's got so much, in Jewish, they call it chutzpah, isn't it? But it's, she believes her own hype. She believes her own lies. She believes that she's far, far better than she actually is. If Meghan Markle becomes president, look out, USA. She will be a Liberal Democrat. She doesn't really know her ass from her elbow. And as far as doing negotiations with Putin, Zelensky, China, can you imagine? Can you imagine that? With her all dressed up to the nines in her latest romper suit, with her flip-flops on, going for a meeting. Oh no, it wouldn't happen, would it? It couldn't happen. But then again, there we go, Stevie Taylor. Only 4 days after her wedding, she registered Markle for president 2024. So she gave herself 6 years to get president 2024. What domains did Markle register and when? She never planned to stay. That's it. That's the list. And it's quite shocking, isn't it? Hang on, let me just find my bearings a minute. Yeah, that's what I forgot. Do you remember the other night when I was talking to you about the 18th Earl? Well, I did get it a bit confused because there's two Earls. There's the 17th, who was born in 1939 and died in 2004. And there's the 18th Earl, which in actual fact would be, if this is true, Harry's half-brother. The 18th Earl is on the right and Harry's on the left. That's the 18th Earl on the right, his half-brother, if this is true. You see? And the line across the nose. And that's what I was trying to say, and I got a bit confused. That's the 18th Earl of Pembroke, and that's Harry. Earl of Pembroke. Oh God, that's him again. So that's it really. And what else have I got then? That was the policewoman today who got her nose broken. And yet the Muslims are going, and this is a policewoman, and she was in a terrible state there. And the Muslims are now going after the British police because that fella got kicked. I mean, if you saw your colleague and she was a woman and you were a big burly bloke with a taser, he didn't use his taser, man. You saw her with a broken nose. What would you do? You'd be pretty mad, wouldn't you? And the horrific betrayal of 1,400. I'm sorry I got to keep on about it, but it's worrying me. Yeah, it's worrying me that, I mean, Britain isn't very big, you know. I think you could fit Britain into Florida twice, I think. I don't know. Just some death threats that Ellie Hall said she had. Ellie Hall, that's Jill Biden again. Oh, yeah, I've seen all that. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, there's Annie's dinner. Mad Duchess had chicken tikka masala, garlic naan, a samosa and something else because it was her birthday today, her 43rd birthday. But she couldn't eat it all because she's had the gastric sleeve. Anyway, I think that's all the news now. I know I had something I wanted to tell you and I can't remember, so I'll have to do it tomorrow and remind myself. But thank you for listening and I'll see you tomorrow. And those of you that have commented on my accent, oh, that's right. That's what I was going to say, actually. Yeah, God. In the comments, I got a degree in religion. I'm a qualified religious studies teacher. But for the life of me, and I wouldn't lie to you about this, I never ever considered praying. To me, praying was always for last thing at night or Sunday in church. And that's always the way I've always just been brought up like that, you know. So when people say I'd say a prayer for you, I would look at it like Riley and I'd think, yeah, I bet they got a big list today, because they'd say, and then people were saying in the comments, no, I do it there and then. I was thinking, because I would always make a big thing about praying. I'd have to get down on my knees by the bed, put my hands together. That was how I'd pray. And in church, in chapel we went to, it was always the same. There was this sort of reverence for the religion, you know, and the harvest festivals and the concerts and the anniversaries. And, you know, I was very much part of the church for the first 12 years of my life. Then we moved to another town and things went AWOL. But then, you know, so now I'm realising that I can say a prayer. And I know I should have realised that. I'm not stupid. But I don't know why I just never put it into my list of possibilities. I'm not saying I'm going to ever do it, but now I won't be so cynical. I should not be cynical, but I won't be so cynical when I see somebody saying, prayers up for you. I'll realise now that they're actually saying it and doing it at the same time, and that's a good thing. That's put me in my place, and I'm very sorry that I ever assumed that you had a little notebook by your laptop and you put prayer for, and then it be Isabel, Charlie, the man with the lost his dog, things like that. I just got visions in my head of that's what it was being done, I was thinking, God, they got a long list, I bet. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow or the day after. Thanks for listening. Cheerio.